see Mr. Mosely strike at him?
All right, still with me, trial attorney Rachel Fiset. And Rachel, a couple of things jumped out at me. I just thought Jan Norman there did just an incredible job of capturing the emotion, just the right notes in what she was delivering. I think she painted Michael Mosely exactly the right way to make sure this jury understood where this case was coming from. I just thought she was fantastic.
I think she did a great job. She was emotional. She was recreating a scene that they had seen, and she was doing it in a way with a lot of feeling. And it's actually heartbreaking to listen to as you think of the consequences of these actions.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly emotional case, and that's the other thing I was thinking about, Rich. I'd love to get you to comment on. You know, we saw Jan Norman just recently. I think she went from the Waffle House murder trial, the one where the guy shot up a whole bunch of people, to this trial, and the emotion she had there, the emotion she had here. It's not easy for prosecutors. They've got to, I mean, they get emotionally involved in these cases. They've got to look at these tragic cases, deal with them day after day. It's a difficult job.
It's a difficult job. She is really effective, and she looks affected. And I think one of the reasons she's such an effective lawyer is that you can tell she really cares. And so she is getting into the victims' minds, and she is expressing that through her presentation, and she is speaking to the jury, and I think they are following right along with her.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's essential when you try cases like this. The only issue I had in terms of when this jury took the case was whether they would go with the premeditated or the second-degree murder, the first degree or second degree. Second degree is just knowingly. I don't think they would have any issue with that. So my question was whether they did enough for the premeditation. I thought she nailed it in that closing argument. Your thoughts on if maybe you thought there was a chance that this jury might look at that second degree and find something there, considering all that went on and that it was, in fact, a bar fight?
I agree with you, Michael. It's a bar fight. So I am a little surprised that they got to the premeditated place. I think that's part of what she's delivering is, hey, this could have stopped here, and it didn't. It could have stopped here, and it didn't. I mean, she's not saying exactly that, but in my mind, as I follow her, I'm thinking it stopped. Yet he brought out a knife and he did this, and the death occurred. So I think it's a testament to her lawyering in a way, and the way the story is being told to the jury, that she got it to a premeditated state. Because I think that, generally speaking, a bar fight that breaks out among people that don't know each other is not premeditated.
Exactly, but I thought she nailed it so well when she talked about the decisions that he made to pull that knife. Once he pulls that knife and decides to inject it into the situation, that's premeditation, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Let's take a quick listen, Rachel, to some of the defense's closing. Most of their case, they didn't put on any case, but really it involved the cross-examinations. His open and close was very short. I think he did a good job, but let's take a quick listen, then we'll discuss.
Mr. Mosely had a right to be on that public street. And I want you to consider the self-defense instruction that the judge will give you. And one of the things to consider are previous threats. And I would suggest that when a man angrily walks towards you and points at you, that is a threat. And if a man is shaking his finger at you, that is a threat. If a man has held you in a headlock, that is a threat.
Rachel, all the defense really had to work with was a couple of things: the size of the guys in the fight, the number of the guys. It was, at times, it looked like 4 or 3 against 1, the amount of alcohol being consumed, and the fact that Michael Mosely was, at various times, assaulted himself. He used all those things. Did you think he missed anything, or is there something else he might have done or you might have done in a case like this?
I think he was downplaying a little bit the danger that Mosely might have felt. When a man shakes his finger at you, that is, to me, not something that warrants self-defense, but I think he could have felt that he was more ganged up on, and he could have felt more emotion in that defense from Mr. Mosley's side.
Yeah, fair enough. I think so too. I think he didn't play up enough the fact that he was in fact assaulted a couple of times. Again, and I think he kind of let that slide just a little. The only other thing I want to talk about is here, there was an issue here regarding stand your ground, that if the state could bring in enough evidence, clear and convincing evidence that in fact he was involved in illegal activity, he would not be able to use that. And I thought once the judge decided that in fact there was clear and convincing evidence, the defense's case was pretty much done, because there was these pauses that if he would have at least had the jury understand that he had the right to stand his ground, he might have had a shot when he lost that. And this is going to be an appealable issue. I want to get your thoughts on that, whether the judge might have erred in saying that there was enough evidence to show that he was involved in some sort of drug transaction.
I think that that is appealable. I think that it matters less to where they were as it relates to a self-defense. So letting that come in is fairly prejudicial. Yeah, I think that they could have done a better job on the defense side, perhaps relaying what's relevant and what's not as it relates to the assault and stand your ground. So yeah, if this could come up again.
Yeah, I think it will. Certainly there'll be an appeal, and I'm sure that will be one of the issues that the appeals court will have to deal with. All right, Rachel, stand by. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we have new details in the Oscar slapping incident. You know the one I'm talking about. What the Academy is now saying they tried to do with Will Smith after the onstage altercation. You don't want to miss it. Keep it right here on your front row seat to Justin.
There's cash back in everything you buy.